Does a father have influence in the home? Hi, this is Dr. Roger Smith with Parenting Matters Now. I want to talk about the role of fathers in the home. And I know that there are a lot of homes out there that are single mother homes or single parent homes, and it's usually the mother. And I'm not trying to belittle or to devalue those situations, but I want to talk to dads, fathers that are in the home with the children, and give you ideas and ways that you can increase your influence with them. Because there's no doubt that the role of the father is very important in the life of the child and his development of understanding the world, his feeling of self-confidence, and his ability to deal with the stresses in his life. And so you as the father can have a major influence on that. And there are some simple things that you can do. And oftentimes fathers kind of put themselves in a backseat, so to speak, and let the mom kind of take care of the children. And you know, culturally, that is, throughout the ages, that has not been the way that homes have managed. That the father was the primary instructor, teacher, molder of character, or addressing character issues, and not to say that the father is the only, but I'm saying that you are important, and it is teamwork. It takes both parents to make the most effective transition for children. Yet I know that there are homes where there's one or the other, and so, but I'm speaking to the dads today, so please hear me out. I want to apologize first. This is my favorite place to shoot my videos. This is my hay barn, but today there's a lot of road noise. There's a road about 300 yards, or 250 meters out there, and my horses might come up here, and you might hear them chomping on the grass. So they're out moving about, and usually they come to my voice. But at any rate, that's kind of a picture of how your children are, though. If you have a healthy relationship with them, they want to come to you. They'll come to your voice. You're talking. You're telling stories. And my wife always tells the story whenever she was young and her mother was dying of a brain tumor, that the world seemed all to be caving in until her father walked in the room, and just his mere presence gave them a sense of confidence and comfort. And you as the father, if you will foster a relationship with your children, then there are ways that just your simple presence will make a difference. So what are some of those things? Let's start at the extreme of saying you have been an absentee father, absentee emotionally, absentee relationally. Maybe you've been in the home, but you go do your thing, you come home and do your thing at home, and you don't have any really ongoing conversation or real interaction with your children. They're not drawn to you, they're drawn to the mother all the time. Well, let's start with something simple. Whenever they go to bed at night, if you would simply just go in, really no matter what their age is. This can even happen with teenagers, but it's easier to picture it with small children. Lay on their bed at night as they're first laying down, and just ask them an open-ended question like, well, tell me what you thought about today, or tell me what you would like to happen in the future. So it's questions that start with tell me about, or tell me something. And so if you ask a question like, how was your day? Fine, good, whatever. If it's a yes and no question, you get yes and no answers. And so making some time just to be still. Maybe if it's small children, say, hey, let's go out, let me push you on the swing. So you start with something small. And once you get them to realize that you want to be with them, they usually will respond to that. And they will want to connect with you verbally or emotionally, and tell you things that are on the inside, things they've been thinking about, or things that they're afraid of. And so if the conversation doesn't happen naturally and start in response to your just simple, quiet presence. Oh, and that's another thing. You've got to wait for answers. Be still, be quiet, but be present. And so if it doesn't happen that way, read a simple book. Read something. It starts a conversation. You can have a children's book or a teenager book or a magazine article and say, what do you think about this? This is what I was thinking. And so begin with a conversation about something that is not threatening. Because if they don't have a healthy relationship with you, they may not trust you yet. So it needs to be non-emotional or non-value ridden, where they feel like if they say the wrong thing that you're going to either reject them, or you're going to be mad at them, or you're going to disapprove of them. And so these ideas of having a kind of a low-key conversation, but begin with those kinds of things. And you've got to build a relationship, and as time goes on, begin to play games, have fun with them, play a card game, stack up dominoes, build up blocks and let them knock them down. It depends on what their age is. But if you will be quiet with them, you will talk to them, even tell them about your day, read a book, play some games with them. And you can do it in small doses, so that bedtime's a great time, mealtime is a good time, and if you say, I don't have much time, well, schedule it. You only have your children for a small part of their lives, and the relationship you have with them, fathers, is so important. And the character that you live out will be reproduced in your children. And one of the character traits that you need to pass on is an interest in other people. So be interested in them. Find out about what they're thinking on the inside of their minds and in their little hearts. What are their fears, frustrations? What are their dreams? What are their desires? And it's not about fulfilling their desires. It's understanding their thoughts and their desires, the inside of them. Because we all as people want to be understood and to feel that someone really cares about us. You can play that role, fathers. Whether you are a homeschool dad, whether your children go to some type of public or private school, whatever your role is, or whatever your family setting is, you have a big role to play. And fathers, I cannot underscore that enough. The mothers need your help, and you can play a vital role. And you will be a stabilizing factor if you foster those healthy relationships in just simple ways. And of course, you go on from that to doing projects together, or health repairing things, or going fishing together, or going to ball games together. Key word is together. And so, but your character will rub off on them. We often reproduce not what we want, but who we are. Because they will see how you live. Now, that just means that if you don't like yourself, work on you. Find ways that you can improve your relationship with others and in the world, and how you understand things. But they do want to know what you think. They might not like it. Usually they do. Just might respond in a way that you think they don't like it. But they will listen if you will sincerely and genuinely talk to them, and not talk down to them like they don't understand. Even small children, don't talk with baby talk. Just talk to them like they're a young friend. And so there's a time to have conversation. There's a time to give instruction. Instruction should not be all that you do with your children. Do this, do that. Don't do this, don't do that. The rules and regulations. It's got to be about relationship. So, fathers, build healthy caring, warm, and genuine relationships with your children, and you will have a lasting influence on them and on your home, and it will be a better place because of it. This is Dr. Roger Smith with Parenting Matters Now.